Welcome to Ancient Sayings. I'm Dr. Eric Harvey. Today we have Sumerian Proverb 2.22. When someone is poor, they dine on the broth of the human breast. This proverb sounds kind of weird to modern ears, and I want to start out by saying I don't think it's literal. I don't think this proverb is saying that in ancient Mesopotamia, poor people would turn to literal breastfeeding when they didn't have other sources of food. I think this is a metaphor. I think it's saying that poor people are like infants and young children who are dependent on the compassion and charity of their mothers to survive. And it's really striking to me because this is a proverb that you really need to read behind what it's saying to get what it's doing. In ancient Mesopotamia, when we talk about the poor, we're not talking about the lazy or indolent poor. We're not talking about unemployment. There was no tradition of unemployment or begging like there would be in the later Greek and Roman worlds. Rather, the poor were the labor backbone of society, as they are in most societies. The royal palace, the state, would organize peasant workers in various ways and then gather in most of their produce, the food, the textiles, the pottery, and then it would distribute that produce back to the peasantry in barely sufficient quantities. And yet in this proverb, that state authority portrays itself as the giving and generous mother, and the poor as the infantilized receiver of charity, of breast milk. So the situation on the ground gets sort of fundamentally twisted in terms of who is the provider and who is the recipient, in a way that I think could serve really well, really handily, as royal propaganda that legitimates the exercise of state power. I think there's also a more positive possible reading of this proverb where people who are poor, who sort of escape state notice, take care of each other and depend on each other for compassion and charity. But I tend to think my first interpretation is more likely. But I'm interested to hear what you hear. Let me know in the comments. And please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tune in again for more daily doses of ancient common sense. Bye.